Hey everybody, it's Tuesday night, our Tuesday night Zoom call. It is June the 2nd, and I'm thrilled to be here. As Nicole just said before we turned on the camera, there's so many new people here. It's so fun. So anyway, the first of the month is our celebration call. We want to celebrate people that made new ranks, and sometimes ranks kind of scare us. They kind of put like pressure on us, but they're really just a indicator of how many people we've helped. And so if we can learn to look at them like our clients look at the scale, the number on the scale doesn't mean you're good or bad. It's just a number on the scale indicating the progress you're making towards your goal. Same thing with our rank. And so our overall goal, I have an overall goal for all of us of 200,000 group volume. And we reached the highest we've ever reached, 189. So we're 11,000 away. So I'll kind of figure out, okay, how are we going to do that? Where's that going to come from? But we've got so many great new coaches. We're thrilled to have you guys here, and we want to hear from you. I'm going to go ahead and just turn it over to Dee Corchin. Would you, you have two new senior coaches on your overall team. One of them is Jennifer's coach, and one of them is Vicky's coach. Both of them, Jennifer's here. But so would you go ahead and introduce them? And I can't wait to hear from them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, super excited. Both Debbie and Kisa are coaches under other coaches on my team, but I've had the opportunity to work closely with both of them. So I'll introduce first Kisa Ray. She lives out in Athens, and she is under Vicky Feldman. And it's a great example of introducing the idea of coaching to somebody, and they might not be ready yet. But Vicky actually saw a lot of potential in Kisa. They have a strong relationship, and she knew her background, and she was patient with her, kept dripping on her. And when the timing was right, a couple years later, Kisa's here, and she's doing great. And what I've loved about getting to know her so far is, number one, she's got a wealth of experience and knowledge in health and wellness. But the second thing is she's got an extremely compassionate nature to her. So people are very drawn to her, and she sees opportunity and she acts on it. So I'll just turn it over to Kisa and let her share a little bit about her achievement to senior coach. Yep.
Okay, you're unmuted now.
Great. Thanks, Susan. Technology, I've got to figure the technology around here. So yeah, I came about the health coaching a little bit differently. My success story is not personal. I have a background in exercise physiology, personal training, and a health educator at the college level. And so I just kind of in my wheelhouse, this wasn't quite the way I always dealt with clients, but I came across a client that happened to be a personal friend of mine, and she had almost, and she's still on the journey right now, she's on program, but I did the traditional way, and because of her job, because of her life, because of just the multitude of reasons why it wasn't working, I reached back to Vicky, she and I professionally and personally know each other quite well. And I said, would you be willing to talk to my friend here over in Athens about your program? So she got her on program originally, and I just kind of handed her off. And this gal trusted me implicitly with her life. And I trust Vicky with everything and then some. And so it worked. And she is 83 pounds down. So when that happened, light bulbs kind of started with me. And I traditionally had a different wheelhouse of how I attacked problems in the health world. And I did the traditional way. And this gal she is my story for everybody, because what I identified in her was her life was too crazy to do meal prep. It was too crazy to do the old-fashioned way, because she would not be able to exercise the pounds away. She is about 35 to 40 pounds to her goal weight, and she is rocking and rolling. So I'm thrilled, and I'm thrilled to be part of the team.
Excellent. And you're already getting referrals, right? She was a source of some referrals for you.
Yeah. And actually, I shared the same exact story with an old personal training client who's a pharmaceutical rep, same situation, busy on the road. And she's like, okay, I'll do it. I mean, it was a water walk, it took a 30-minute conversation, and she's like, yeah, this is probably what I need to do. And I go, yeah, it probably is. So it was good.
Well, awesome. Well, I'm excited, and Keith is going to come to convention, so I think she's got a great future. So, yeah, congrats.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. So next, I'm going to introduce Debbie Pasco, and I'll let her share kind of how she came to Take Shape for Life. She is actually a coach under Jennifer Holloway. Jennifer was traveling this past month and works full time, and so I was really actively involved with Debbie and her initial training. And she's doing great. What I've loved about Debbie is just her passion, and she's extremely coachable. She asks for help and she listens, and she really has been working hard. So I think sometimes it didn't work at the pace she wanted it to, but she's here now. She's at senior coach and got a really good future ahead of her. So you want to share, Debbie, a little bit?
I'll get you. Oh.
I think we both hit unmute at the same time. So one of us unmuted and the other one put it back.
Exactly.
Okay, so I started out when I lived in Georgia a year ago. Before that, I was in really great shape. I was exercising, I was following a paleo diet, and I was just in a really good place physically. And I think that's why all of a sudden I got pregnant, because I've been trying for over a decade to get pregnant with my second child and finally quit trying. And lo and behold, here I was thinking, I wonder if this was like early menopause or something. And no, it was a child. So in very short order, we had to move because my husband got a job transfer. So we moved and had a premature baby, and a lot happened all at one time. So I lost my gym, I lost my social network, and I had an infant to take care of and this new place. So I was not taking all the weight off that I wanted to. And I was watching my sister and my mom kind of shrink and very interested in what they had going on. And so when Laura invited me to a meltdown challenge, I hopped on board. And I loved what I was seeing. I liked that it was kind of a medically based and supported program. I like that they treat the whole person. It's not just about like, here, eat these magic beans and you're gonna look better. It was a healthy diet. It wasn't Atkins or any of these things that I'm like, well, of course you're losing weight. You're malnourishing yourself. And so I liked everything I saw, and I thought, hey, I need something to do, and I could do that. So I jumped on board, and I really enjoyed what I've been learning and what I've been experiencing, and I love you guys. I think that I adore the support. Everybody is there for each other, and I'm thrilled to be here. And I definitely see this being something I do forever. And that's it.
Awesome. That's exciting. And Debbie lives in Florida, and she'll be at convention too. So I'm just excited for her with what she's going to learn and see.
Way to go, Debbie and Kisa. And I got a chance I love what, Debbie's very active in our Team Palisade, or our Team Palisade for our coaches, but she's also active in our Drop Weight Gain Health. And for all of you coaches, it's really our clients really get a lot of support from that. So I so appreciate everyone engaging to lend your wisdom, lend your feedback, lend your support. It really means a lot. And Kisa, I've known for not as long as Vicki, but I've known Kisa for a while, and she is like, I just can't even say enough about her. I can't even begin to tell you how thrilled I am that we're going to be playing again together. So she's a magnet, and it'll be, it's going to be, the sky's the limit. So I'm excited. So Molly, you have some new peeps, and I've gotten to know them as well. So can you go ahead and introduce us to I don't know if Diane's on the phone, but Kimberly, you're there. So will you introduce us?
Kimberly, are you with us like in Zoom? I hope you are. I don't see you on my little gallery, so I'm assuming you're out there in Zoom world. Okay,
not on the phone tonight. I'm
good. Okay, good. First of all, Kimberly, just without even being a new health coach, just has brought so much happiness to my life. She's a joy to work with. She's a lot of fun to help with her own goals, and she's just one of those people that lights up every conversation, has nothing but positive things to say. And, you know, she's just incredibly compliant. You give her an idea, she runs with it. So she's just a really nice person to have in my life. And it's just quite an honor that she's decided to join our team. In that capacity, it's going to be even more fun. She has been a client, very successful client, lives in Chicago, is a full-time mom, and reminds me a lot of where I was at that same time on her journey. She's really open to learning new things and reaching people. And I have chuckled with her because her first several clients have really not been people who've needed to lose a lot of weight. They just want to get healthy, which is awesome because our program is for everyone. But it really speaks to the broadness of our offering too. And I think it caught her a little unexpectedly, you know, that is how it would unfold. But anyway, I would love for Kimberly to say a few words, and I'm just thrilled that she's with us. Kimberly.
Oh, well, thanks, Molly. You're my lifesaver. I was introduced to Molly in September. We've actually never met, so convention's going to be fun. I've lost, I think, close to 70 pounds. We kind of stopped working with the scale right now. So I'm feeling great. And I've just got people on board by just getting out there and kind of having people see me because, you know, I live in Chicago, so there's lots of layers we wear in the winter. And so now as spring's coming, people are like, whoa, what have you been doing? So it's been kind of fun. And I haven't had all the typical clients. So I've got a few people just trying to be healthy. So it's been kind of a nice thing to see it from all different perspectives. So that's been fun. And it's been a great team. And I'm usually just on the phone because I'm running around doing something. But it's nice to see everyone.
Great, thank you. Thanks, Kimberly. We're excited to have you. And yeah, you know, it's great. You had a lot of ideas, and I liked what you when we talked today. You said something like that, just getting out more. You know, it's just because you've got this, you're just being seen and talking to people, and just getting out more has really made a difference for you in terms of growing your business.
And just talking about it, and then it kind of dominoes.
Exactly.
Where you are, so it's great.
Exactly.
It's a great program. It works.
It does. That's great. Thank you so much. And let's see, we have Joy. Are you on the phone, or Kristen? You know, Kristen, you did not get, I'm unmuting you. So
okay.
We did not get to, we tried to introduce you as a new health coach last week or two, and we couldn't hear you, technical difficulties. And then you were like, you know, this close to reaching senior coach, like you became a new coach, and then already in 2 weeks, you're almost senior coach. I heard you were on vacation at the same time. And then the next morning, June 1st, you got your 5th client. So you reached your goal, you know, it was like crazy. So Kristen, welcome. And I hear you've got some great success. So would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I had been for a very long time. Help motivate to lose weight, and met Joy and heard about Take Shape for Life on a church retreat, and came up to her and said, when can we meet and discuss this? And I've not looked back since. And I have MS, and this past year it's been a tremendous struggle with the fatigue and the pain for me, to the point where I didn't think I was going to be able to work anymore. I would sleep 10 hours a night, wake up in the morning exhausted, go to work, fall asleep in the carpool line, come home, take a 3-hour nap, wake up, fix dinner for my family, and go back to bed. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I've lost 27 pounds as of this morning. And I've not taken a nap since I started the program. I we went on vacation this past week and rented bikes and walked on the beach and jogged on the beach. And I actually stuck to the program and ended up losing weight on my vacation, whereas all my friends gained about 5 pounds. I ended up losing a pound. So I just feel fantastic. And it's changed my life. And I think the weight loss is great, but the fact that I feel so good and I'm not dealing with fatigue and pain with my MS that I have for the past 9 years has completely changed my life. I mean, if I never lost another pound, I would be okay with that. It's just an added bonus that the weight is coming off, and I feel so great. So, I think that's the thing that's most important to me. And the majority of my clients that I have signed thus far are in the same place I am. They just don't feel good. And they see how much it has changed me physically as far as pain and fatigue, and they want to try it. They want to not be in pain anymore. And it's really exciting to be able to offer this to people and to be able to say, yes, it's going to work. You're going to feel fantastic. And know for a fact that they will, because I do. So I feel very blessed and very fortunate to be doing this program and being a part of this team. I feel really, really blessed. So thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. What a story. And I love what you said. If I never lose a pound, it's just about getting healthy. And it's just so awesome. And you're an inspiration to so many, me right now, and then so many people. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
A lot from you. Now, is there anybody else who's new or we haven't met yet? I'm going to go ahead and Lori Bush. I want to introduce you, and if people see her name, it's Lori Anderson. Okay, so just saying. This is one of Marsha's health coaches, and we just haven't got a chance to meet her. And she's a health care professional. And can you tell us a little bit about your story, because it's really a cool one?
I actually met Marsha about 3 years ago, actually 3.5 years ago, and she had actually offered being a health coach back 3.5 years ago. And I can say this part because she does my mind, because of HIPAA and all. But she said she was my patient, and she had offered it to me. And at the time, I wasn't ready to receive the gift. And so 3.5 years later, she came back as a patient again. And then that's where, by that time, within 3 months before her coming to back as my patient, that's where I had a chance to look into the program, and I actually was trying to find who I could get it from. And I actually called another physician that had offered it to me. And at this time, she had stopped doing it. So when Marsha ran by, I ran into her again. And at this time, she was on the table. I said, "Are you still doing, the health coach thing?" And she's like, "Yes." And I said, "Well, sign me up. What do I need to do?" So she was like, "Oh, yes, let's do it." And so then that's where she came back that week, and we were able to get started. And that was back in November, but that's where I've had a slow time as far as getting going. But that's where I've decided that I've got to get it done. I've got to not only be healthy, but since then, I've lost a total of, over the last 3 years, I've lost a total of 50 pounds. But since Take Shape for Life, I've only lost about 35, but I still think that's awesome. But at the same time, I've been able to drop my A1C level, where I'm no longer borderline diabetic. My energy level has gone through the roof. Like she was saying, Miss Kristen was saying, with the bike riding, running. I haven't jogged in almost 20 years. I'm 42, and I feel like I'm 20. So I know it's Take Shape for Life that's changed my life. And so my goal now is to not only get my, allow my family to be healthy, myself to be healthy, and also my church family, everyone I meet. So that's my goal, and I'm going to believe that I'm on my way. So I'm excited to be a part of Teen Palace.
Thank you so much, Lori. I'm so glad you are, and you've got a big mission, and what a great inspiration you are. Thank you so much. So, so I don't want to scare anybody, but one of the things that we like to do in terms of getting people healthy is have a really successful business. We want to create a coaching business that will thrive and be a source of income for our families, and also be a source of stability in our lives. We want to help as many people as possible, and we want to spread this message because, as everyone heard on the line, I mean, this is crazy. We change lives, and we get a chance to participate with people in doing that. And so to grow a stable business, one of the things you need, there's two things, is one, well, you need 4 skills. One is to acquire clients, learning how to attract and promote and make people trust you and become a client, and how to support them. So we're always learning great practices on how do we support our clients. And 2, how to acquire and sponsor health coaches and how to support them. So it's an ongoing journey. We never arrive. We're always getting better. And it was really cool because if you listen to the leadership call from last night at conference, this coming up July, in a few weeks, we're going to have Dave Blanchard, who is going to be speaking. And Dave Blanchard is a nationally known, recognized leader. And Kim Fisk's team uses him a lot about empathetic coaching and how to approach people with no agenda and how to listen to them. Again, without the agenda and thinking about what we're going to say, how are we going to say it? And it's a total transformation in the way that we walk around the planet, basically. So I'm so excited. We've learned a little bit in our Atlanta trainings from from Dean McIntyre, but it's really changed my mindset, and I cannot wait. So he's going to be a keynote speaker at convention, and he's going to do breakout sessions. So we'll be trained on this, and I'm beyond excited. So back to my point of growing a big business, one of the things we like to strive for is having, we know that we can reach executive director, which is where we can maximize our income potential by blended pass, $6,000 frontline volume, or having coaches as well, and our team, our group. Sorry, that's Roxy. Anyway, so one of the ways we do that is, if we just reach $6,000 frontline volume, what happens? Someone doesn't order. And then what happens? Our business isn't as stable as we want it to be. So we want to create a business that flows, that we don't have to act in my thought is always act in the client's best interest. And if I need that order, I'm not acting in their best interest. I'm acting in mine. And so we always want to create a big pool. So one of the things we go for is a $10,000 frontline volume. So again, I didn't reach that for a long time. I say, hey, 6 is good enough. I'm going 6. And then, 7, 8. But when you have a $10,000 frontline volume, you don't even think about clients. It's not who am I going to get, who I'm not going to get. You're just of service. You just are able to service people the best way possible. And it's a great feeling. So we have a new, and I've been really neglectful of posting our $10,000 club. I did it for a while, and then in December, something happened. Only one person made the $10,000 club. It wasn't me. It was Dee Corchin. And Dee Corchin's made it every single month, I don't know, for over a year. And so now, there's about, 4 of us that are in the $10,000. And I'm going to start posting it. And it's not to brag on anybody. It's just to maybe inspire. Like, when I see it, I'm like, okay, how'd they do that? Like, how'd that happen? I want to know that. So anyway, but we have a new $10,000 club person here today, and that is Liz Hilton. So Liz, can you tell us, I said, Liz, can you share how you reached $10,000? And she goes, I don't know that I can. But anyway, she said she'd try. So.
Thanks, Susan. It's pretty exciting. You know, at the beginning of this month, in May, I told Alan, I said, I wonder if I could get to 10,000 this month. And so I just kind of put it out there. I was at 7,200 for April. And I ended up with a $3,000 increase. And when I mentioned it to Alan, I said, wonder if I could do it. And I thought, 3,000 is a lot. And it is a lot. And, one of the things that I've done is just try to build off of Ron's Geld's model of just talking to people. I don't do the challenges. I've been kind of debating whether or not to do them or not. But for me, they're a distraction. I put a lot of energy into them instead of talking to people. So I decided to shift my focus and just be more relational in my engagement. And so most of my growth came from referrals, just talking to people, starting new people. And when I start new people, there seems to be momentum of they refer and connect me with some other people. So it's just been, more intentional about connecting with people, more intentional with my weekly calls and actually connecting with them, even if I don't talk to them that day, following up with them by text. Hey, how's it going? What are you seeing? So not really trying to be in their business, but just in their life, so that I can connect with them when, hey, I saw this person and she asked me what I was doing, and being a little bit more intentional about relationship and following up. So I think those are the things that I've really done this last month. And I feel incredibly blessed. Like I said, told Susan, I don't know that it was a plan, it was an idea. And I think I put it out there to God, and God, gave me some eyes to see things with maybe that I wouldn't have otherwise seen, and maybe some energy here and there. So I don't know if that's useful or not, but it's exciting.
It's incredibly useful because I think that idea, what I sometimes like that, it's like, put it out there, well, why not me? Like, what? Well, maybe I could, or, that I'm going to do it kind of can scare us, but it's like, can I do it? I post that a lot, and then there's no threat. It's just like, let's see what happens. And there is an energy, you putting it out there, that there is an energy that takes over. So, if anyone wants to kind of achieve something, right? Can I do this?
Right. Curiosity is pretty key. And it's one of the things, thanks for pointing that out, because it's one of the things that I do use with my clients a lot when they get to like the negative predictions about things like, oh, it's going to be hard this weekend, or I've got this trip, or, whatever, something's going to be hard. Try to walk them back out of that negative prediction and say, can you find your curiosity about it? And so that I wonder if I can do something has obviously was useful to me this month, but it's also been super useful with my clients. So finding curiosity can be a really helpful boost to, I think, growing a business, reaching your goals.
I love that. Okay, we'll be talking more about that. We'll do some training on that, because that was a great line. Say it again. Say what you said. Yes.
Just finding your curiosity instead of a negative prediction, back it up and say, can you find your curiosity about something? I wonder if, or I wonder how I will do something. I wonder what's possible instead of it's going to be a certain way. So curiosity is a really good tool. I call it, I just use it as a tool instead of an emotion. Use it as a tool, and people, oh yeah, I can be curious about that.
Love it. Is there anybody else? Ashley, have we heard from you? Ashley? Oh, there you go.
There we go. I had to unmute myself too. So I'm still relatively new to the coaching piece of things. And what's been interesting is I'm getting a lot of people asking me, what have you done? Even my doctor commented on it when I was in there last week. I was like, wow, you look fantastic. And what I'm finding right now is a lot of people are curious about it, but they're in that stage of, well, I'm just going to try this first. I just need to cut back on the bread or whatever. And I tell them, I don't have to think about what I do. It's there, it's planned, and I'm cooking easy stuff, but that's really good for so it's sort of, I think that it's going to turn around in the next few months when people, when you do that whole, how's that working for you, and realizing that they're in the same place they were when they started, and I've hit my goal weight, which I'm only about 10 to 15 pounds from, and one of us will have the success story. So I'm hoping that that'll be a big thing for helping get some new folks involved.
That's awesome, Ashley. And you're so right that success, Molly used to say, people used to, after like 2 years seeing her, success, that people would come back again. You never know when someone's ready. They just want to maybe play or try something, and rather than transform. So I remember Molly used to say that. And same thing with the business. When people see you're coaching 2, 3, 4, 5 years later and doing really well, they maybe listen with a different ear, or their situation changes. So great to have you.
Thank you.
All right, anybody else? All right, well, thanks everybody for being on the call, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye-bye. Come on. Ow.